If you're currently struggling to price your product to make a decent profit, I definitely recommend for you to watch this entire video. So the ultimate goal for every business is to ensure that they are making a profit. In today's video, I will be giving you my personal tips and tricks on how I go about pricing my items to ensure that my business is profiting. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I am Santina and I'm the owner of 876 Bougie Fits. On my channel, I speak everything that relates to business, how you can actually grow your brand for small business owners like myself, and also lifestyle vlogs. So for those persons who are fairly new in business, you do not have any form of idea on how you can actually price your products and the total amount of profit that you should be expecting from your business, you're in the right place. When I just started, I was basically second guessing on how much I should be charging my customers. You know, it can be a little bit tricky when you're dealing with people and money. This makes you uncomfortable sometimes and you don't want to overprice your items. There's no right or wrong way, but there is a smart way on how you can actually price your products. Most of the examples that I will be giving in this video will be related to an online boutique. However, you can also use this information if you own a lash or a hair business that you would like to profit from. Before I dive right into the video, please ensure that you are subscribed to this channel. Also ensure that your post notifications are turned on so you'll be the first to know whenever I upload a video. So before pricing your items, let's say you're a new business, you have to ensure that whoever you're targeting, there are persons that would be interested in your products. Let's say you're selling hair bundles. Who exactly will you be selling those bundles to? And what I mean by this is, who will you be targeting? Who is your target audience? So will this be young people at a certain age? Will this be elderly persons? You know, that persons that are in school, they won't be able to afford certain things. So if you're selling products at a threshold of at least $10,000 or more, will high schoolers be able to afford this, as opposed to persons that are working class and are already established? So you need to know where they live, what are their buying behaviors and stuff like that. So this will help in pricing your products so you can actually ensure if you're under or overpricing your goods. A key step in learning your target audience is to run different type of surveys and ads. So for instance would be Instagram. The moment that you're ready to do any form of ads, you're gonna have to select your target audience. Will it be persons that are overseas? Are they locals? Where exactly do they reside? So they are basically segmented and you get the option to choose their age, where they live and stuff like that. So this will basically minimize persons that might not be of interest in your products. So this will basically define the type of persons that you want to be purchasing your products. If you do not know who exactly you want to purchase your items, then you'll basically be selling to everyone and that will minimize the total amount of items that actually goes through in being purchased. So understanding your target market, this is basically defining your customer segments into different groups. So let's say that you want to cater to a specific type of persons for your products. This will ensure that whatever you are putting out there, they will be highly interested in purchasing your items. So if you're catering to a different segment or multiple array of persons for a product that doesn't have the potential of persons actually buying from it, this will affect your pricing. So you have to ensure that your target audience is properly defined so that whenever you're marketing, you are catering to their interests and their needs. So this will pose a higher interest level and they will indeed purchase your products. Now that you have figured out who your target audience is, the next step would basically be to do your competitive research. And doing your research basically means that you're reaching out or trying to scope out different types of companies that are selling the same items that you're interested in selling to your customers. If it's a case where your target audience is the same as theirs, then what you can do is to try to figure out the total amount that they are pricing their products at, like a dress at $8,000, then another might be selling it at $9,500, and then you might even have some that will be selling at $19,000. So this is basically the total amount that customers are willing to spend based on their pricing tactics. So you can have a deeper and a better idea on how you can actually price your items between these price range. So if that is their target and it is similar to yours, then you'll basically have a more in-depth knowledge and idea on how you can price your items. You can either price it similar to what they are already pricing theirs at, or you can either go a little bit lower. So it all depends on the total that you would have purchased your products for and the amount that you'd want to benefit from. That is in terms of your profit. So I'm not telling you that you should be pricing your items exactly as your competitors. What I'm trying to say is you can look at their pricing tactics and have a better or a deeper idea on how you can price yours. So you have to ensure that whatever raw materials that you have to put in to selling your products, that you're taking that into account and you're actually making a profit from it as well. So another factor that you need to take into consideration when pricing your product is the type of supplier that you purchase your goods from. So I know that there are a lot of Instagram companies out there that are using the same type of suppliers, and you might think, oh, because they have this product and it is going fast, then it's basically the same thing for you. Oh, I can just purchase this item and sell it for this amount, the same amount that that business is charging. But you have to also bear in mind that your business is totally different. If it's a case where you're just starting up, you do not have any form of customers as yet, and this will also impact the way persons purchase from your business. If you want for your business to thrive, you have to do your thorough research. You can't just jump up and think, I'm going to start a business and this is what I'm going to sell based on what other persons are selling, because this will be two different types of business and two different types of persons that are currently operating their brand. You have to do your ground research. You need to ensure that whatever price they are quoting, it will allow for you to mark up your goods without having to think about if you're going to be making a profit from the item. Depending on the type of supplier that you choose, you have to also take into consideration the total amount that they will be charging you for the quantity of goods that you want. They're not going to only pay for the quantity of goods. Most companies from China or wherever they're based, they also charge for shipping. You might be calculating the price of the goods thinking that would be the total cost associated with the good, but you also have to go on the website, and a thing that I normally do is to ensure that I price my products before I actually receive it or making a purchase. So let's say I want to purchase 10 dresses or whatever the product is. I go in and try to add my shipping costs along with my inventories and see if it will be beneficial or profitable for my business. Before you even make any form of payment, you have to ensure that it is realistic and you will be making some form of money from it, depending on the amount of profit that you want to earn from the products that you're selling. So you have to also ensure that the supplier is reliable. They are responsive, meaning that when you reach out to them, you can actually get a response effectively, and they ship the items in time. So those are some factors that you have to consider when you're choosing the supplier for your products and whatever business it is that you are going to start. So now that you know exactly what you should be looking for before you price your item, just a little bit of a rundown. You need to ensure that you know your target audience, who exactly you're catering to and who you want to be purchasing your items. You need to do your competitive research, and you also need to find reputable suppliers that will charge you at a reasonable cost to ensure that you're able to effectively mark up your goods. So I'm going to be giving you a few definitions that you will need to know before I actually go about showing you how to go about calculating your items individually to ensure that you're making a profit. So the first one is your revenue. Basically what this is the total amount of money that you will receive from selling an individual item or a total amount of items in your store. So let's say that you sold 20 items for the first month in your business, the total amount of money that you would have received is $200,000. This total would be the amount before you deduct the expenses as well as the breakdown for each items before you get your actual profit. So what the revenue is a total amount of money that you would basically get from selling the items in your storefront. So let's say that you sold 20 items and you made $200,000. The person might think they made $200,000 when that is not the case. So you need to do a breakdown on the total that you would have spent for your inventories, the total for your packages, your bearer fees, and stuff like that. After you deduct these expenses from the revenue, then what you'll be left with is your profits. So before you actually get your profit, this is a total revenue minus your expenses equals your profits. It's as easy as that. So the next thing would be the cost of goods, and this is basically the additional expenses that will be incurred along with that specific item that you're selling. So let's say that you have a dress, that is what you're selling. However, you have to take into consideration total amount that you would have paid to package that item. So your thank you cards, your poly mailers and stuff like that, those would be your expenses. And then you're gonna have to promote the item. So how will persons know about your service or your product? You're gonna have to run Instagram ads, Facebook ads, word of mouth, whether you're handing out flyers and stuff like that. That comes at a cost, so you have to put that into consideration. If it's a case where you're not online based and you're paying rent, you also need to add that to each individual products to ensure that everything is accounted for. So a perfect example would be your paycheck. So when you get your paycheck, you basically get a gross income. So basically this is the total amount of money that you would be getting on your check before taxes are deducted. If you have insurance, stuff like that, those will be deducted from your gross. After which you're provided with your net income, and the net income is basically the total amount of money that you're gonna be taking home. So you earn $200,000. When taxes and other miscellaneous stuff are deducted, then you're going home with $180,000. So that's basically profits. But for business, most likely you will be going home with a smaller amount, being that you have to take into consideration a few other stuff other than taxes. So I'm pretty sure that we now have a better understanding as to definitions as it relates to pricing your products. So a lot of persons might think that it's not necessary. When I just started, I used to use some terms that I doubt people even knew of. You need to ensure that you acquaint yourself with different terms such as cost of good, your net margin, your profits, your revenue and stuff like that. So in the event you should go to the bank and you want to get a loan, and they might ask, so what's your monthly profits or what's your profit margin like? You can know from the top of your head what that is. So if you're basically in that scenario and they might ask, so tell me about the profit margin for your business, how much do you make on a monthly basis? You can know from the top of your head how much you're making, what your profit is, and what your total expenses are based on your previous experiences selling products to your customers. So we're gonna head directly into how to calculate your profits. So let's dive right into it. I'm gonna be showing you how I normally go about pricing my products. Previously, before I understood what exactly it was and to ensure efficiency and stuff like that, I used to calculate my profits individually. So let's say I purchase an item for $10. I'm gonna use Jamaican terms. Let's say I purchase an item for $3,000. Then I would go in individually and say, okay, I purchased this for $3,000, and then my shipping, and other additional expenses that would add up to my product final cost. I would go in individually, and let's say this product costs $3,000, this one costs $2,000, then I would basically be doing that for each item, and that took a lot of time and that was basically unnecessary. But I had no form of knowledge, I had no one to look out to say how do I go about pricing my products. So I've grown and I have used different tactics and strategies on how to efficiently price my products, and I'm about to share that with you just now. What I like to start with is the total amount of money that I am willing to spend on a specific product and the total quantities as well. So let's say for my brand, I want to purchase inventories, and the total amount of money that I'm willing to spend with my supplier would be $50,000. So $50,000, and let's say each items would cost $2,500. So that's $2,500, and that would give me my quantity. So I'm not good at math, so let me just calculate that for you. So that's 50,000 divided by 2,500. So I'm going to be ending up with 20 items. So I'm not sure if you're seeing this. You know what? Let me come a little bit closer. I don't think you're actually seeing it as is. I'm going to leave a photo of it. So I'm now with 20 items at a cost of $50,000, and let's say my shipping to my supplier, they charge a total of $30, and that would be, I'm calculating it at a rate of $149. So that's $4,470. So that would be the total cost for my inventory and the shipping cost that the supplier would be charging. So that would be a total of $54,470 for 20 items. So you're in Jamaica, and an additional cost that you need to take into consideration would be customs fee, as well as the amount that the shipping company will be charging you again. So what I normally do is to add the customs fee and the shipping cost together. So let's say they charge a total of $18,000. So that would be the total amount to purchase the product, as well as to get it directly to my home to have it sold to my customers. So my total now would be the $54,470 plus the $18,000 plus $54,470. So that's now $58,940. And I purchased 20 items, which means to get the individual cost, well, we're not at the individual cost as it. Along with this, an additional expense as well would be your package. Let me just write them down so I don't forget. So your package, you also need promotion so persons can know what exactly you're selling and you can reach your target audience. So your promotion and future discounts. So you don't just want to purchase items thinking that you're gonna always get one set amount from it. You're gonna have to run discounts and sales and stuff like that. So you need to take that into consideration. So future discounts, this. So you would have already purchased your items in bulk. So your packaging, let's say each packaging that's for your hang tags, your thank you cards, your poly mailers, and the bag that you're gonna be shipping your items in, let's say each costs $300. So that's 300 and it's 20 items, so you times it times 20. I don't have enough space here, so 300 times 20, as I say, I'm very slow, so I don't know how much that be. 320, that's $6,000. So that's the total amount of packaging that you will be using, the value for this amount of products purchased. And let's say your promotions, you're running ads on Instagram and Facebook, and your total for the month comes to an amount of $20 per week. That's 20 times 4, and that's $80 at a rate of $149. That's $11,920. So that would be the total amount in ads for this month. And then the future discounts, let's say that you want to promote your products to ensure that persons are buying and you want to discount it. How much are you willing to discount for your products? So personally, I go around $500 to $800. So let's say we do $500. So it's a 500 times 20 products, and that's $10,000. So this is basically all the additional expenses that would be associated with your inventories that you're willing to sell, and you're gonna add everything. So let me tell you the total so far. 10,000 plus 11,920, 6,000, and the $58,940. So the total for the 20 products would be $86,860. So to get the individual cost of the item, you would divide it by 20, and that would give you $4,343. So that's $4,343 for each items. So if you're gonna be selling, so if each items cost $4,343, then you want to ensure that your profit is either this amount or a little bit higher. So as it relates to your profit, if the total item is $4,343, then basically how much do you want to profit from each item that you're selling? So let's say you want the same amount that you have here. What you would do is to times this by 2, and this would give you the total cost for the product. You would end up with the revenue for each item of $8,686. So you're selling the item at $8,686. So the $8,686, this is not the total that you would be getting, being that you have to take into consideration all of the additional expenses that will come with the inventory that you're selling. So let me just erase this so I can have a little bit more space. Should I take a photo of this? I'm going to take a photo of it so I can add it to the video, so when I'm working it out you can actually see what exactly I'm referring to. Alright, so I'm now going to erase this. Now we're going to be discussing everything relating to the profit of each product. So as I've stated before, the total revenue is the total amount of money that you get from each product that you sell. Each product. So below I had the total amount that you're going to be selling. So SP would be the selling price. So you're selling it at $8,686, and your profit is $4,343. You have 20 products, so you're basically gonna be getting a total profit of $86,860. So that's the total profit. Your total revenue though, the total rev, that would be the 8,686 times 20. So that would be $173,720. That would be the revenue. So you earn a total of $173,720. However, you have $86,860 that you're taking home, basically. So in terms of how much money that you are willing to keep for yourself and how much you are willing to invest, that's on another topic, and I will be discussing that in another video. So let me just take another photo of this one as well. And bear in mind that the discount would have already been included in each product. So basically, when you're not running a discount for each product, you're basically getting an additional $500. But I like to add the discount in it just in case. So whenever you're running your promotions, you're not at a loss as it relates to the total that you're getting for your props. So what you can also do is to have different form of pricing. So let's say that you realize that the item is already trending and it is in high demand, persons are actually buying it, so they're not going to second guess on how much it is or why it's this expensive. So what you can do is to either times it by 2.5 or 3, and it will give you your price point. So that's $4,343 times 2.5. Selling price for this product would be $10,857.50. That's if you price it, if you times it by 2.5. So let's say you feel like the item is of good quality and you can actually profit from it more. You can also do it by 3. That's 4,343 times 3, and you can get your price point as well. So that would also be 13,029. These are the price points. You can either have it sold for an amount of $8,686 or $10,857.50. The highest point would be $13,029. And this is only in the event the item is in a high demand. So if it's a case where you realize that the item is not selling as you wish, then this method would not actually work. So you can either use these price points, and at the same time you can also include some form of discounts to encourage the customers to purchase so they can go a little bit faster. So this is basically how I go about calculating my price points for most of my products. I must say as well, if it's a case where you're selling items that are probably different from most of the items that you might have that are of more value, then you can actually use this formula, unless it's a case where you're only purchasing items that are, let's say, tops only, and you come up with the total here. So we're coming to the end of the video. This is basically how I go about calculating my actual inventories. For the most part, what I sell would be items that are of higher value. So if it's a case where you realize that the stuff that you're selling is a little bit, it's of a smaller value, then I would recommend for you to purchase the inventories in a way where you can actually calculate it, knowing that it's for a different time. So let's say for tops, you can actually price a top for that amount. So you have to ensure that you have the correct formula to use to ensure that you're not overpricing or underpricing your goods. While you want for your customers to have a comfortable relationship with your brand and to shop with ease, then you will have to ensure that it is calculated to the T so that you can retain your customers. So let me know down in the comments if you have any additional questions as it relates to pricing your products. If you do not understand entirely what was discussed, you can also book a one-on-one consultation with me. So I will be having consultations for new business owners. So if it's a case where you'd like to get ideas or you'd like to pick my brain on any type of topic, you can always book a consultation with me. This is basically the end of this video. If you have reached this far, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. So until next time, see you in my next video.
I was on top when that shit meant a lot. Still on top, like I'm scared of the drop. Still on top when these niggas wanna swap. Niggas wanna swap like it's sauce in the box. I don't wanna change cause I'm good where I'm at. Mob tie, so I'm always good where I'm at. Word to Junior, Jazzy, Baby J. Tell them when I die, put my money in a couple figures, kill a skull and collect. She fuck a nigga, then she on to the next. Really living large, she ain't all with a Mac. When you niggas think it's small in the mall with a rat. Roll with us if you really wanna get it. Go get a $500,000 in a Sprinter. Phone ringing, bitches know a big triple. I got the hook up and there really no limit. Dead brokers in you nigga DNA. Ricky Smiley's indicated with the J. Little nigga just another state case. Bury my motherfucker chase bank, time to bounce. Gotta count on my allowance. You niggas pushing, so I gotta rebound it. The nigga tripping like I got $1 zillion. Got the trap jumping like time when I rebound. Then I'm out, and I never talk about it. The homie squad, but we all smoke the loudest. Rich niggas in them really being modest. Cause the way I do my deals never treated like I bought this fucking house. You could DM my account. My DM 6 figures and I'm counting. 9 figures was the goal till I hit it. These niggas ain't living, so bury mine with me. When I die, put my money in the grave. I really gotta put a couple niggas in their place. Really just slapped every nigga in a race. I really might tap this nigga on my face. Let it slap with the bass. I used to save hoes with a mask in a cave. Now I'm like, nah, love, I'm good, go away. Ain't about to die with no money I done gave you.